What's up, manga fans? This is Rafael from C Manga, and I'd like to say a Merry Christmas from all of us at C Manga. We're really grateful to all the subscribers that have subscribed to the channel recently, and to all the ones that have stuck with us over the past 2 years. I never really thought we would reach 465 subscribers, so all of us here are very grateful, and we hope you have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year. So the video I'm going to be doing today is a review of Area D, Chapter 90 at the Tower of Judgment 2, and it's been quite a while since the last chapter came out. I wish these chapters came out more frequently because I struggle to remember the names sometimes. It's literally the only person I can really remember is Jin and Kaito, I think, and most of the time I have to go back and read what happened, even though the chapters at the beginning always give you a little summary of what happened last time. I like to go back and refresh my mind, and that's not the only reason. This is a very good series, and I'd really like to see more of it frequently because we did have a bit of a dry spell before where it seemed like it was dragging on, but right now it feels like it's definitely picking up, and this chapter definitely was a great chapter for me as we see what the ability of Zero is, and in fact that Jin was had obtained it in that little scenario with that painting guy, the one who put people in walls, and his ability is quite brilliant but simple, and I was actually kind of surprised when I figured when it was revealed what it was, but not too surprising considering how he dealt with Kaito in his battle. So Zero, yeah, he's definitely a badass in terms of what his ability is. So the whole mist power that we saw that girl use last chapter, I'm still confused, wondering, is it an illusion ability, or is it like, does it transport people to other dimensions? We actually get to see a glimpse of her mist like surrounding the upper part of the building outside, like, you know, like smoke surrounds a volcano, or I'd say like the peak of a mountain where you see clouds surrounding it. That's what it kind of looked like, and we see this from Kaito and Ko's perspective, and it seems like the professor, you know, the one with the massive brain, seems to know a lot more about the mist than he's letting on, and it seems like he's stating that Jin should have waited for him to arrive, so maybe he would have been able to counter that ability. So inside the battlefield right now in the world of mist, we see that Kakuta is boxed off by in walls by the mist girl and separated from Jin, and as soon as that happens, Lizard comes warping into that dimension and goes on a rampage attacking Jin, who's barely able to dodge it, and this actually disappoints Lizard, who seems like he was hoping for more of a fight from Jin, saying I'm disappointed, this is someone who supposedly went up against gods, and it's like, you're really annoying me, you're like, you have no right to be getting in the way of Owl's Eye's plans without even knowing what his plan is, like why he's doing it and things like that. You know, it's like what his feelings are towards it. So he's just going on a complete rampage, and we actually learn Lizard is a guy. Last chapter I thought, you know, he was a girl, but he's actually a dude, and we get a bit of his backstory where was a former covert assassin for an intelligence agency. As soon as I heard that, I just thought of Agent 47 from Hitman, but his employer wasn't happy with the way he dealt with his contracts. He was a dirty killer. The way he handled things was dirty, and obviously as an assassin you're meant to keep your kills as clean as possible, but Lizard seemed like he was sadistic, a dirty killer, and he got sent to Area D for that. So the next part was interesting because we get to see a bit of thoughts from Zero. We see in the room where the Mist Girl is controlling, you know, the world of Mist, her ability, and the rest of her partners. She's stating that, oh, it looks like it's going to be over. Lizard is going to kill Jin, and none of you are going to have a fight with him. But Zero thinks otherwise. He's like, are you sure about that? So Zero seems to be quite confident that Jin is going to survive this, and rightly so, because in the next few parts we see Lizard apparently was going to finish off Jin, who's, you know, he's up against the wall, he's slouched over and he's struggling to breathe properly, and you know, he's got all wounds over him, and Lizard is convinced that Jin has been desperately dodging his attacks up until now, and basically he's gloating, saying that I'm going to finish you off, I'm done toying with you. But Jin calls him out and he's like, oh, you're done toying with me, don't be so damn full of yourself. It's like all of your attacks have been full of killing intent, you've been trying to kill me from the start. And he said the only reason you're in stating to kill me now is because you're becoming panicky. You know that I've been dodging all your attacks, and that's giving you you know, scary thoughts, and you're starting to feel so uneasy that I can dodge your attacks. And he Lizard himself is actually quite perceptive, because he realizes before it's revealed that Jin is reading his attacks and being able to dodge them quite easily. So after this, we see Jin actually read out all of Lizard's movements in his head, like noticing that a right that he was going to use on Jin was a feint, and he was hiding his real attack he was hiding his real attack, which was his tail, using the right feint. And Jin read all of this, and he's like, what was it? This left Lizard's neck basically wide open for attack. So after all of this scuffle, Jin confirms that the power that he took from Zero was indeed the ability to read minds. He's a mind reader. So this explains why Kaito was so easily beat by Zero in his fight, because Kaito could just read. Kaito was readable to Zero. Zero can read basically anyone's movements before they make it by reading into their thoughts. So this ability obviously is quite brilliant. I mean, obviously it doesn't give you any enhanced power in terms of physically any sort of elemental abilities, illusions, or anything like everyone else, but being able to read what someone's going to do before they do it is quite a powerful technique. So we see Jin gave Lizard quite a filthy counter punch, saying that this is over, you can't do anything to me. But before it seems like the fight's going to be over, the mist it changes the world again, and it seems like we've gone to some sort of jungle world. It's kind of Jurassic Park or something like that. So it makes me wonder, is this where Lizard is going to be in his element now that he's in a more, you know, tropical jungle based world, rather than, you know, the industrial place they were in before. So I feel like, you know, it's going to be a bit of a Lizard is going to get the upper hand, and then Jin beats him, and yeah, we move on to the next fight. So it seems like it's going to be one of those things, try and go up each level to the towers and fight your way up to the top to reach Owl's Eyes, the final boss kind of thing. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to see what happens. I want to see Jin utilize Zero's abilities more, because mind reading is badass, and the way Jin was using it in this chapter was quite decent, in terms of the fact that I'm assuming that he's a normal human now in terms of his physical strength, but still he's obviously strong enough as average humans come. He's most likely much stronger than a normal man, and now that he can read minds, he can obviously see attacks before it comes. So I'm definitely looking forward to see more from that. And yeah, I just want to see more of these chapters appear, so hopefully we'll see more in the next few weeks. So that's more or less it for this week's chapter. Can't wait to see what happens next. If you guys got anything to say, leave them in the comment box below, and I'll speak to you guys next time. Take care.